Hello guys, this is Wado Siman, and for today's episode of Baking 101, I am going to teach you how to bake cupcakes! For this recipe, we'll be needing 100 grams of softened butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And for the frosting, we'll be needing 200 grams of softened butter, 1.5 cup of icing sugar, and 1 tablespoon of milk. Now we are going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And then we are going to line our muffin pans with cupcake liners. You can have the plain ones at your local grocery store. If you want fancier ones, you can get it at your bakery store nearest you. The first thing we need to do is to cream the butter and sugar, which means you have to beat the butter and the sugar together until it becomes light, fluffy, and pale in color. Adding fat like oil, lard, or butter in a batter or dough mixture helps in making the baked good increase in volume during baking. Water is trapped in the mixture, thus stabilizing the gas bubbles. Creaming helps in adding more air and volume in the baked good. And then we are going to add our vanilla extract. Now it's important to use butter that is soft but still maintains its structure. Butter that's too cold won't capture much air, while butter that's too melted will no longer be able to hold the air for too long. Also, creaming should be done at the right time. A moderate speed, typically 3 to 4 on a stand mixer for about 2 to 3 minutes, is just the right amount to make your butter perfectly airy, soft, and fluffy. And now we're gonna add our eggs one at a time. And then after that, we are going to mix in our flour, baking powder, and salt, and the milk alternately. So first we add 1 egg. Give it a little mix. And then using a wooden spoon, we alternately pour in the flour. We just put in the baking powder and the salt. And half of our milk. And then we are going to scoop our cupcake batter into the muffin pan. Now we are going to bake these inside the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Now while that's baking, we are going to start with our buttercream frosting. So basically, we're going to put in our softened 200 grams of unsalted butter inside the stand mixer with the whisk attachment. And we start beating it at low speed until it becomes light and pale in color. Okay, so now gradually we are gonna add our 1.5 cup of powdered sugar. Now once the color turns light and pale, we can now add our 1 tablespoon of milk. Now we keep on mixing for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then if you want an extra flavor inside, you pour in a bit of vanilla extract. So now I've taken the cupcakes out of the oven and let them cool completely. I've also separated the frosting in different containers and added food coloring. Now, all we have to do now is to decorate our cupcakes. Now we have our colored buttercream frostings ready. We place them inside our piping bags. You can do it however you want. You can use a palette knife. And we have also our cupcake toppings prepared. So let's start decorating. Now, will you look at that? It looks very beautiful and very irresistible. I hope you don't mind if I take a bite. So you see, it's very fluffy. Really, really moist. So good! Sarap! Next episode, we are going to make something that everyone is familiar with. If you haven't seen our previous episodes, click on this link or see the description below. So give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share this video. And subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Thank you for watching, and happy baking and eating!